How's it going, guys? We are now at the PlayStation booth here at PAX East. I am talking to Eric from Naughty Dog, and I just got done playing The Last of Us demo, and let me just say, it was insane. It was craziness. So what can you tell us about the game itself? What is it all about? Like, what are the characters doing?
Yeah, no, so we're showcasing a demo that's a little bit early, in the early stages of the game. You'll play with Joel, and you know, this is the story of Joel and Ellie. The Last of Us, really, that's what its narrative is. It's about what these two survivors do in this world, how they go through the world, and what it takes to survive in this sort of environment. It's a post-pandemic environment. They're going to go on this journey from the East Coast to the West Coast, and as they go through this journey, there's going to be a study in contrast. You're going to see two very different people. Ellie was actually born after the pandemic happened, so that's all she knows, essentially, is this really harsh world. That she's a little bit hardened for, you know, her age. And Joel, he knows what we know. He knows football, he knows cell phones, he knows media, he knows all that sort of stuff. And so he's got a different worldview. So as you go through the game, you're going to see their worldviews. And
I feel like in almost to survive a situation like this, you almost need both of their perspectives and like everything. You kind of combine the two of their characters in order to get, like, you know, I'm sure they feed each other information, help each other out in ways that they didn't see before.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, that's a huge component of the game, just the bond between these two characters and what happens as they move through the world. Joel is actually a black market smuggler, and Tess is his partner. You see Tess in this demo here as well. And they've been tasked with Ellie, who is essentially just cargo to them, to take her out to this undisclosed location on the West Coast. So as the game progresses, the bond between Joel and Ellie will kind of, you know, take shape and evolve, and ultimately the game ends up being about themes of loyalty, redemption, love, things like that.
Very nice. And like, just like from the very beginning cinematic that I witnessed during the demo, right off the bat, you can tell like this is a serious game. Yeah. Like it wasn't like there weren't any cheesy lines. You know, it was all very like immersive and gritty. It was like very gritty and these really dark undertones throughout the whole thing. Just totally entraps you in from the very beginning.
Yeah, we're trying to make it, you know, just as attention-grabbing, compelling. It's absolutely a mature title. It's got, you know, that feeling. Everything is there for a reason. The violence is there for a reason. The dialogue's very pointed. The characters and how we develop them is there for a very particular, serves the purpose of the narrative. So it's one of those games that, you know, will suck you right in and hopefully just take you along on their journey with them.
Absolutely. It's very, very intriguing stuff so far as the plot goes, but aside from that, the gameplay as well was surprisingly awesome. Like, I was just going through and like I was picking up all these little random things that I wasn't sure what they were, and I was like, oh, well, I can pick that up, so I'm going to. Yeah. And then later I picked up a stick and I was like, well, that's not going to do much. And I realized, oh, from the bandage kit that I got before and the little scissor blades that I got, I could actually makeshift like a baton with spikes on it, and now all of a sudden I had a badass weapon that I felt much more secure about.
Yeah, no, we're putting a lot of love into that system. It's called our crafting system, and so we encourage people to go through the game world and scavenge for items. So you got to scavenge for these items, and then once you find them, you can craft maybe a stronger weapon or maybe a health kit. We want to give you the choice to how you play your game style. If, you know, you're really aggressive and you need to make a health kit, it's a world of scarcity. So when you're going in the world, you're going to find items that'll help you make one thing, but if you want to make both, you might not be able to do that. We want to keep it grounded, we want to keep it real. So, you know, that sort of element, that crafting and scavenging, we're really encouraging players to find as much as you can, participate in the game world, and become immersed in it.
Absolutely. And even I noticed, just expanding on that a little bit, like every item that I'd pick up, I was like using it 5 minutes later, at least. You know what I mean? It wasn't like I just, by the end of it, I had all this like inventory that I was never going to use. I'm like, well, I don't know what the hell that was for, you know what I mean? So because of that, it's almost like it creates a sense of urgency. Like, you need that next med kit. You need that next blade, you know, to get you through to the next area. Yeah. That's really good stuff.
Yeah, we want that unpredictability. We want that sense of tension and that sense of urgency, as you say. And, you know, like, this isn't the kind of game where you're going to find a briefcase that holds a bazooka. It's, you know, it's grounded. It's very grounded. It's a very real, gritty game, and we want to keep that in all our systems throughout the game.
Absolutely. And just like, I think to help make the game as with those dark undertones as it has, I noticed like it didn't rely too much on the music to create the atmosphere. There was like hardly any music. It was all just like sounds of the environment and the world, and it kind of like was spooky enough on its own.
Yeah, I mean, our composer for this game is we were very lucky to get him. I'm going to butcher his last name, so I'm not going to pronounce it, but his first name's Gustavo. His last name starts with an S. I won't try and pronounce it. But he is an Academy Award-winning composer. So there's beautiful music throughout this game, but it's very subtle, it's very layered. Our audio team did an amazing job using negative space and just using this like ambient real world sounds. They went out and recorded a lot of real world sounds, kind of brought it back to the game and made the game, again, grounded, very real, very gritty, very organic.
It definitely shows because the results are spectacular. And just on a final note, is there any kind of estimated time for the release of this game?
Yeah, this game will be coming out June 14th. It's going to be global, and it's going to be awesome.
Will it be cross-platform?
This is exclusive to the PlayStation 3.
Okay, well, if you don't have a PS3 already, because a lot of our fans are PC builders and they do PC gaming, this is a reason to get a PS3 if you don't have one, just for this game alone. I kid you not, one of the funnest demos I played here at PAX East today.
Awesome, that's great to hear, man.
Well, thank you, Eric, for your time, and enjoy the rest of your time here at PAX East.
Great, thanks, man.